Frankel for CageMinds.com. We're joined today. Tim Dirty Bird Means is here with us. Thank you, Tim, for the time. Looking big, looking stout. We got the move up to welterweight. So, right off the bat, how's the body feeling?
I'm tired right now. Just got done with Dwayne Davis over here at Snap Fitness. So, putting muscle on sucks. It hurts all the time. So, you know, it's cool. I can eat a lot. You know, I'm like 4,500 calories a day. You know, up from the 1,700 I was doing to make 155. So things are good, and I'm looking forward to fighting Pete Spartt.
So with that, with the diet, is it the same food you were eating before when you were cutting weight, just a greater quantity, or is there a difference in what you're putting into the body now?
Yeah, same food, just more of it. You know, more of it, more water, more nutrition. You know, so I'm feeling better. I got a full face. You know, I'm not seeing my cheekbones pop out right now. So 170, here we come.
170, big fight, main eventing right away. Pete Spartt. We know you, a lot of combat experience, about 24 fights in MMA, few boxing matches, but you're actually stepping in a guy that has double as many MMA fights. So for you, in preparing, is it a little bit of a challenge to think, what am I going to do to throw him off when this guy has seen so much?
Don't even have to think of that, you know. I just have to go and fight, be faster than him to the punches, and just win the fight, man. I just have to beat Spartt 90% of the time, so that's gonna happen.
Okay, we've got that, and then also now, for a lot of people, it was a surprise to see this fight because back-to-back losses, that's not good, but usually you don't see guys leave the UFC just from back-to-back losses, especially when one of them was, well, put it simply, highly controversial when you hit him about 3 to 4 times as many times as he hit you and he held you down. The Danny Castillo fight. Were you surprised when the decision was read off? Were you sure you were going to lose the fight, or what did you think then?
You know, I felt I did enough to edge the fight. You know, he was scoring takedowns, Castillo was scoring takedowns, but he's kind of held onto the can opener and you know, didn't do anything. I was throwing shots to the body, to the head. You know, even standing, I was trying to get him to engage, and he would just take me down and hang out in guard. I figured for the body, he wouldn't advance his position anywhere. He'd just hang out there. But you know, it just taught me that, you know, I need to have energy in these fights. These last-minute fights at 55, they're not going to benefit me. 12 days notice, 10 days notice to fight Magalejes. You know, I need 4 weeks to make the weight, and the fights aren't getting thrown to me. So to sit on the shelf for long periods of time and then to make weight and then fight 7 months later, it's just not working out. You know, I want to get into fights, fight at 170. I can make last-minute fights, last-minute weight cuts, and put some size on and just enjoy fighting again rather than stressing out about making weight in 12 days or 8 days. You know, it's become a burden, and I'm really happy to move up right now. So as if we're getting cut from the UFC, I told those guys I could make the weight, so it's my fault on that. You know, I didn't make the weight. I went in with my best interest into the weight cut. It just didn't work out, you know. So, you know, my apologies to the UFC and to Joe Silva for giving them my word on that and it not coming through, but I did the best I could, and I'm happy with that.
So, is this you're done with fighting at lightweight, or they give you 8 weeks, you'll say, okay, I'm taking that fight, I know I have to make it, and I have this much time for that date?
Yeah, let's just throw this out there, you know, Castillo talked some trash on his Facebook or on his Twitter thing, saying that he pumped me with the can opener and with some takedowns. But you know what? Yeah, if the UFC want to do something like that, give me 6 weeks, give me 4 weeks. I'll beat Castillo up. You know, I did that on 12 weeks, or I did that on 12 days notice. He had 12 weeks, and he wants to talk trash because I had a hard time making the weight. But you know what, Castillo, you think you're the fighter? You know what? Give me the 6 weeks, and we'll see what happens. But right now, I'm fighting at 70. I got Pete Spartt to worry about, and we'll see what happens down the road.
And then the quick turnaround, getting the offer from Legacy right away. How much was that something you really wanted, was to get the quick turnaround? You
know, my manager, Dave Martin, and Tom Vaughn, you know, they jumped on that. You know, Randall, that works for Dave, you know, they really jumped on it, told me that they'd have me a fight by Monday. Saturday, I got the phone call, and, you know, I couldn't be happier. You know, I'm getting the fight right away, hopefully another one right away, depending on how broken my face is after the fight. So, you know, hopefully a back-to-back fights here. We'll just keep playing with getting paid.
with Legacy, is this a deal? Are you with them right now, or is this on a fight-by-fight basis? You're just kind of jumping around.
You know, right now it's 2 fights, I know for sure right now, but I want to thank Legacy for picking me up and giving me a place to fight, and I really appreciate the efforts that have been put into getting me in the cage so fast with a veteran.
And I believe with Legacy, it's Jorge Pitino. He's their welterweight and lightweight champion, I believe. So anyone in the promotion or out there just in the regional circuit right now that you think of, hey, I would like to take him on?
I don't even know anything about their champion. You know, he's a lightweight champ, I guess. You just said that, but you know, right now it's just getting fights, and Pete Spartt's a veteran, and I want to throw down with him. So, you know, he's a dangerous guy. I can't look past him. And I'm going to this fight as he's the champ, so let's go take out Pete Spartt.
A dangerous fight, and then you trying to end the 2-fight winning streak. What does a win mean to you?
I don't know what a win means. You know, it's better winning. You know, I just want to go out there and have a good performance, and you know, not leave it to the judges. So I'm going to do my best to do that, to keep the judges out of it, so there's not a conflict in interest. You know.
And then also, we've talked about putting on the weight, the muscle, eating more, the strength and conditioning. Has that changed up any of the other aspects of your training, what you've been doing, or?
You know, yeah, I'm having to get used to these circuits and this strength conditioning with Dwayne Davis. You know, we have our strength and conditioning coach at Power in Arizona also, Jason Kamen. So ultimately just getting used to the little muscles being sore that I didn't even know were in there, you know. They're all pissed off right now. So, you know, I'm trying to get my boxing in and get my cardio in, and also get swimming and the strength conditioning starts here. And so it's a full-time job, and I'm just happy to be doing it.
What was the body like the first day after the first day of the strength program?
I could barely stand up out of the car, you know. My legs and my butt hurt so bad, and it was just terrible, you know. I'm like, I'd rather be skinny than have these muscles, but it's starting to pay off. I feel bigger, I feel stronger, so I got a full belly, and I'm just happy as hell right now.
A lot of people wanted to point to, you know, the takedown defense of yours lacking. Is it that your takedown defense was lacking, or was it that it was part also you were so weak that you were just giving in at the, you know, at that last second? It was a combination of factors.
You know, I guess it's a combination of things. You know, I really didn't feel good in the last fight. The weight cut was so much, like I just felt like I was out of gas right when the bell rang, so I just kind of toughed it out and went with it. But I was in no danger when he took me down. So what? He took me down, he laid on me, you know. The only thing I had to take from that was a pregnancy pill the next day, you know. You know, all he did was hug the legs. So, you know, if that's winning MMA fans want to see a guy lay on you and not advance position and not try to finish you, you know, I did all the work there and still got credit for it. So if we're tied in there, why doesn't the ref stand us up? You know, he's not doing nothing with the position, so why doesn't he have to earn that position? If he's not trying to finish me from being on top, why do I need to finish him being underneath? So the only way we can win being on our back is with submissions, right? That's pretty much what they're pointing out. So, you know, right now, just got to create those scrambles, but ultimately, I didn't feel no danger there. I was landing more strikes. I was landing the most strikes there. That's all I can really say. So I didn't feel in no danger and feel like I needed to scramble to get up. So now I know we need to do that.
The can opener, he went for that move several times in that fight, and normally it's to pull down on a guy's neck and he opens the guard up. But your legs are so long, you had that body triangle locked in. It wasn't affecting you at all, it looked like. Was there any kind of discomfort from anything?
Yeah, no, I'm too long for that to happen. Maybe there's a taller guy than me cranking me, something like that. But Castillo just held on for dear life. He knew that was the only way he was going to win that fight, and you know, he won it with those tactical decisions, I guess, holding on and takedowns. So, like I said, if MMA fans want to see fighters like that, you know, get on Castillo's Pilates program and get over there and hug one another. But I really think it needs to be taken into the discretion of the refs to stand us up there if there's no action happening. You know, stand us up. But you know, I'm getting back to the point to where I have to create those scrambles, and it has to be up to me to get up. So I take full blame on being on my back. But like I said, I was in no danger there, and Castillo just wanted to hug and kiss. So.
In your fight, it is also interesting to note that the letter of the law is that when a fighter is even on the ground, you know, someone's on top, you're in the guard is considered a neutral position. Neither man considered to have the more dominant position as you would, you know, inside control or mount even. So it's very interesting. Fights are supposed to be in the rule book, stood up from that position when it is even or there's a lack. Do you feel it's almost, you know, a double standard that probably stand-ups didn't occur because you were so active? So from the referee's perspective, he's saying there's action going on even though it was only from one party's side?
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. You know, I kind of beat myself there by staying too busy. Tom Vaughn wanted me to like wrap arms up and figure for the body and really tie him up. And it was easy when we were doing it in practice, but when I got into the fight, it just wasn't my style. I wanted to slap his ears, and you know, I wanted him to earn that fight. So it was just for that one fight because it was such short notice. But you know, it just didn't work out for me. It wasn't my style to hug him and smooch on him. So you know, I respect wrestling. Don't get me wrong, guys. I respect wrestling to the fullest. But I just feel if you score that takedown, you've got to finish the guy. You got to be passing guard to finish the fight, and that's just where I'm at in my head. So right now I gotta get offensive with my own wrestling. I gotta create those scrambles, and it's full responsibility on myself while I've been stuck on my back. I just haven't felt danger there, so that's been kind of the problem. You know, if we get these guys that want to fight and finish guys, you know, they might create scrambles to make me want to get up. But right now, this just laying and praying and hanging on and just winning on points is that's not losing the fight to me, but it's losing the fight. So that's what it is.
Well, now you get that move up to welterweight. Another interesting question I wanted to ask you about for that move is, you haven't had a height or a reach disadvantage yet in the UFC. You're a really large lightweight. You're going to now be facing off with guys about that same size around. So the range and the distance from your striking, you used to have an advantage. How are you working on, you know, instead of having 3 inches to deal with, it may only be a ½ inch, or, you know, they're going to be looking you in the eye. How do you adjust to that?
Well, this fight against Spartt, I still have a reach advantage, but even then, when I fought Masvidal, I think I only had a 2-inch reach advantage. You know, like Rogan keeps comparing me to John Jones, but I don't have a 12-inch reach advantage on these individuals. Like John Jones, he can use that reach because he's a foot longer than everybody, you know? So I think it's an unfair comparison to compare me to that reach. You know, like I'm taller, but I don't have a long reach, you know? I have an average reach, so to fight tall, you know, I can do the best I can with the reach I have. I don't have 12 inches, so you know, right now when you fight taller guys, it's about just barely getting out of their punch range. You know, just getting off those lines and throwing your own straight shots. And you know, I'm just gonna have to stick to those guns. You know, there's not really a change in the game plan there. Just have to outmove people and get off first.
And then right away, first off, you're getting a main event showcasing on Access TV. So your name's still staying relevant, staying exposure. How, you know, in the back of your head, like, that's pretty cool.
It's great, you know. Why sit on the shelf for 7 months and I can go over to Legacy and fight main event televised? You know, I'm getting a good paycheck. So what am I really missing here? The only thing that's happening is I'm training a lot and I'm only getting to fight every so often. And you know, the fights that do come are last minute. I could fight more frequently, but they'd be last minute fights, and I just can't do it at 155. I can't make the weight last minute. So right now it's about making a paycheck. I don't really care about the exposure or none of that. It's about getting into fights, making a paycheck. And the busier I can stay, the better off I can be, because you need that experience under the lights and just not in practice. Always great talking with you and catching up with you. Wanted to give you a moment to thank everybody that's helped you. Shout out to sponsors, all that good stuff. Yeah, shout out to sponsors. I just want to thank TKOVapor.com. Those guys have always been there to support me, and they're just great people. You know, you guys want to quit smoking, check out TKOVapor.com. It's a healthy alternative, make you feel better. Dwayne Davis over here at Snap Fitness, Jason Kamens at Power MMA in Gilbert, Arizona with the strength and conditioning. I'm exhausted right now. I can barely talk right out of a practice, but you know, I need to thank everybody, my team, my manager, my coaches, Tom and Arlene Vaughn, you know, my girlfriend Brenda for putting up with me whenever I'm on edge. So thank my family, thank my mom and dad. I love you guys. Thank you, New Mexico. Legacy, everyone, it's Legacy 23. Access TV will have the main card on September 13th. Check out Tim Means in the main event, this time at welterweight.